Hello, I'm Dave Williams. Welcome to Daily Life at Mintleaf. We have a lot of topics for you today. We're going to talk about morning meetings some more, introducing materials to children, and taking learning outside. Does that work?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Reviewing activities and expanding on activities. This week, we reviewed and expanded on a lot of activities that you saw in the last video. And we reviewed and expanded on activities that were new to this week. First, you'll see the paper cups. William arranged these paper cups as an invitation for the children. When they arrived at school, they had this nice stack of paper cups ready for them to explore. The first thought is maybe they'll just knock them down, maybe they'll make a mess and run around and leave the room really messy. But you'll notice that the children, as they settle into the school year and as they settle into the classroom expectations, are more able to see a new material and use it in a more appropriate way. So we had a group of young boys playing together independently with an open-ended material that had a pretty big potential to make a mess. And they used it very responsibly, they used it very creatively, and they learned a lot of social skills and also things such as balance and organizing skills that go into mathematics. Also some social responsibility. They were asked to clean that up, and they did so quite readily. They were fine just going back and cleaning up. You could tell that they understood, oh yeah, that's something I played with. I don't mind going and taking some responsibility for that. Some interesting things happened with the paper cups that didn't happen the day before. A few of the boys started to build with the paper cups and make things with them. One more activity that we reviewed and expanded on was pine cones. We have been studying pine cones. Last week we drew pine cones. Today we had the idea to paint with the pine cones. We had also painted on them previously. Now we were going to paint with them as paintbrushes. At one point, I think William commented that one of the students was painting very carefully on each part of the pine cone. And I had the question of what are those pieces of the pine cone called? And nobody really knew. So we looked at this as an opportunity for co-learning and as an opportunity for emergent curriculum. And William searched what those parts of the pine cone are. It turns out they're called scales. So William found out that they're called scales, and then somebody mentioned that dragons also have scales, and then some of the children began painting dragons. By following the children's lead and by taking part in the studies, we drew a line between pine cones and dragons that none of us knew existed. And so now there's a lot of places we can take that. We've talked about maybe exploring scales and what scales are. Last week we had a small meeting where we used rolling a ball as an opportunity to introduce some English language. So this week there was a meeting I wanted to do. I decided to use the ball game again as a call to meeting, and that kind of helped people gather to meeting. So we can all catch the ball. I'm going to roll that to, please roll. Remember we talked about roll last time? And you can roll it back, and let's say good morning when we roll. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning. You can roll to kids too. Hi, good morning. So after the meeting, we had an area in the room where the children could play ball, and there was a group that played ball for a long time, and they continued to use the English phrases independently even after the teacher stopped participating with them. So that's just a really good sign that the children are enjoying English, they're learning taking turns, and they're learning to control themselves with the ball indoors, which is a really great thing because children love being able to play with the ball. Introducing materials for the first time, introducing new materials. The other day I was at the store and I found these oil timers that made really beautiful colors, and I thought that it would be something the children would be very interested in. So many of the children kind of had that wow look on their face when they saw the timers, and I've got some new things that are like those. Whoa! What's this? Now there's only one rule about these, one rule. If you shake it, it's gonna kind of break it. There were only 4 timers, but there were over 10 students in the room, and they were really excited to see them and to try them out. So if we had enough for every single child to use one timer, that's one thing we could do, but honestly, that's not always the case. So we tried to put them in a place where people could look at them. You'll see that children were standing up and walking closer to the timers. So this goes along with, even if the meeting starts out in a circle, if the children are moving because they're interested in something, the teacher doesn't have to panic in that situation. It's okay to allow the children to reposition themselves to get a better view of something. And we asked some questions. What makes it look like that? Or, what's happening? What's inside there? I kind of want to know why aren't the 2 colors touching and mixing? There's a lot of opportunity for teaching through asking questions. And I'm pretty sure once teachers get to the point where they can ask questions about things that they also don't know, that's when some real exciting learning will happen. The other new material is a bit of an old material. I bought some smaller clipboards, and you can draw pictures in different parts of the room. We can even take these to the park and draw pictures. Also, they could take the clipboards and draw pictures of their work before they had to clean it up, so they could start from a blueprint the next time they took out building materials. One interesting thing is that after introducing the clipboards, some of the children took the clipboards and put them on a table and drew on top of the table. But it's good because actually this is kind of bumpy, right? So this is always smooth. Yeah, so there is a purpose. So that's another important thing to keep in mind, is that sometimes the adult's initial reaction to why the children do something is not the full story. So both of these materials, the egg timers and the clipboards, are pretty simple materials, but just having a little jolt of newness in the day can go a long way.
Hey guys, my name is Dylan. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, subscribe, and give us a comment down below. If you want to become a member of our Mintleaf community, click the link in the description to get exclusive access to our Mintleaf method. We know that both teachers and parents could utilize our method in and outside of the classroom. So we've built a community on our website for teachers and one for parents as well. Hope to see you guys in the next video.